Bada bing. There we go.
Hello, and welcome back to what is now part 10 of Lost in Transmission. Still waiting for an explanation on that name. I've remembered it once. I'll hopefully remember it again sometime. We picked up, well, we ended last time with the players aboard Antioch, and Antioch running off into the distance, as it's somewhat, yeah, Antioch's weird. I could explain it, but nah. So, as Antioch runs through the night, just kind of trundling up the stream. However, it does appear to not be quite so sprightly as it was. There is strange sap leaking from the planks where the crossbow bolts had hit into it. Does not seem pleased with the situation. But as morning happens, you find yourselves running up a very narrow and very deep valley underneath quite a substantial mountain. You can see a nice little windmill off to the distance, and someone has built on two walls of the valley vast watchtowers. Appear to be strung between with vines. Sorry?
This is the happy windmill.
It just looks to be a regular windmill.
Alright.
Currently static as there is not much wind.
Okay. There's a windmill and also archers in a tower, it seems. Have we just driven up to the stream?
Noticed that you've arrived. Calls down a overcry of, "Oi! What are you doing here?"
That's a very good question. What are we doing here?
We have no idea.
I shrug.
Ask the boat.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what would have been hilarious? There's a spell, communicate with animals. I wonder if the boat classes as an animal to talk to.
Alright. I'll rephrase that. What are you doing here with the boat?
No idea.
Yeah.
Found it.
The boat goes where the boat goes.
Give me a minute.
Go ahead, Karen. Go on.
Go get your manager.
Fucking Karen.
You can hear, but you cannot see a waterfall somewhere nearby. It sounds like a nice idyllic valley. However, there's what appears to be a big roofed over area towards the end of it, and there's all vines growing everywhere. It looks distressingly overgrown. However, things are in good order for all of that.
Alright. How tall are these towers, roughly? In proportion to us?
About 80 feet. They're not very tall above the top of the cliff, but they are still substantial. What do you want?
That's also a very good question. What do we want?
What have you got?
Well, we ain't gonna let you in unless you tell us why you're here, at least. All sorts around these parts.
Do you speak boat by chance?
Are you simple?
Are you still talking to me or the boat? I still can't tell.
That's the point, Scotty.
We have no idea why we're here, do we?
Well, I was just about to try and figure this out. So, have we been going north, or can we not actually tell where we've been going?
You're vaguely going north from what you can tell from the sun and the stars for several days now with a boat. Because the boat has decided that's where you're going.
Okay.
Does it count as a boat?
North.
Well, let me consult our notes before we answer this very quickly. Right.
You have notes?
I have some notes, but very basic ones. So, Lord Vanderley, or whatever his name was, wanted us to go north to find artifacts to resurrect or imbue his great grandpa Lich Warrior or
We don't want to tell
whatever
him that, though, do we?
for
Should we be telling
necromancy.
him that though?
Well, we were not going to tell him that directly, but we can say we're going north to, like, find some cool. We heard there's cool treasure up north or some shit. Like, I don't know. We can say that, I guess. We'll say we're prospectors. There we go. I'll talk to him. I'll be like, oh, sir, we're heading up north. We are prospectors, you see, looking for treasure in the mountains.
Right, right. You're prospectors, which is why you brought a magical boat with you.
It kind of just found us, to be honest with you, and it's more
it
convenient.
found you. Okay, okay. So you just happened to stumble on a magical boat and went, "Ah, we'll bring this with us."
Yeah, that's
All
about
right.
it.
You're talking shit, mate.
Well, you can believe what you want, Sonny. That's how it is.
Well, put it this way. I know that boat.
Oh,
Help build that boat.
oh.
So how about you cut the crap, tell me where you found the boat.
Alright, guys, what do you think?
Then all I saw were
I
a
mean,
bunch of
it's
corpses.
no skin off our back to tell him.
Yeah. We found it at some village by the coast. It was just docked
All
up.
right.
Yeah. And
So you just found a magical boat and thought you'd try and run off with it, then did you?
well, it didn't appear to belong to anyone, so yeah, it was just sitting there.
All right. So someone had just left a trireme lying around. Just nothing at all going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was some pirates there. Who attacked us.
All right, pirates. Okay. And were these pirates just trying to steal the boat, and you happened to beat them to it?
Yeah.
I don't know, they attacked us.
Oh, they attacked you. Oh, right. So were these pirates? Was it their boat? Is this their boat? You
I
know,
don't know.
what are you getting at here?
No, it wasn't their boat because we took it from them.
It wasn't their boat, so it's.
Yeah, because they weren't on the boat at the time. No one was there.
We called dibs.
Yeah, no one was on it. They were busy fighting skeletons.
The tall one in blue turns to the one in red and goes, "Where do you find these people?"
Epic social party for the win. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
None of us have charisma, it's great.
have a Christmas 6.
Epic
Okay.
roleplaying.
So, I think, just so we can get somewhere today, we'll start asking some nice, simple questions. Where are you guys from?
Wow.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm guessing you're not from round these parts. Otherwise, you would recognize that stealing someone's magical boat might be taken badly by the owner, who we know, and is fucking scary.
That means jack shit to us because we didn't steal it. The people who stole it, that we took it from, stole it. We just got on top and it walked us this way. In fact, we saved it on one occasion.
All right, tell me that story. That might be more interesting than what's currently happening.
Someone else tell it. I'm a shit storyteller.
How did you save the Antioch?
Let's see. Well, chappos. We were going through the canyon, you see, with the stream. And, some nasty fucking goblins, decided they would, attack the boat and skewer it with horrible, crossbows, harpoons, and other nasty implements. So, we naturally defended the poor boat, and slaughtered all the goblins that came at us and put their heads on spikes. As you do, obviously.
Well, you killed the goblins. That's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
So, doesn't really explain how you got to where the goblins were. You suggesting that Antioch just let you on and walked away?
Yes.
I mean, we climbed on, yeah.
Titus, you'll have to find the druid.
The druids.
Oh wow, we got another Karen. Okay.
Oh god.
Yes.
It's like we're saying a toll
open the
booth.
door to let these weirdos in. Maybe we can sell them something and they'll go away. You get the impression that you were meant to hear that, despite them kind of whispering very loudly.
Oof. Very
So you
passive
have to give me a
aggressive.
second just to draw in all the lines of sight. Because this is an awkwardly shaped canyon. Because I fucking hate drawing maps, apparently, or having any kind of time scale of when I should start drawing them, and or feel up to drawing them, because I'm a mess. Yeah. And as the vines are pulled aside, you can see into quite a, well, put together sort of cave, except it's not really a cave, it's more a sort of, canyon, but with a lid.
Alright.
And with a somewhat odd thing, the Antioch trundles in.
Oh, cool.
And the several orcs are there, standing back in the to meet you off the the assumed middle of the boat.
Okay.
All right, come down from there then.
Guys. Well, I guess we can't really escape at this point, so yeah, whatever, we'll climb down.
I'm not about to suffer full damage, am I?
Yeah, that's a good
No.
point. Because I'm on
It
3
seems the
hit
boat
points,
has
I'll
sat
jump off
down.
and go, oh, it dies.
Yeah.
The boat has sat down into a very conveniently sized ditch.
I'll bring my doggo. There we go. Do I actually have my doggo, or has he not appeared yet?
It's kind of weirdly translucent, but it seems to be following you.
Okay, it's just like one of those MMO pets. It just, like, it's not quite there yet because of the lag.
Loading in.
Something
Yes.
like
Alright.
Still on the loading screen.
So,
Someone-
what do these
someone wanna
boys
eat
look like?
Penny and Chunk off here.
Oh yeah, Penny and
that. I'll leave them for now.
Yeah.
He said she shouldn't be too loud.
Alright, they can be walked off, it's fine.
Hello.
Talk of the devil. Join us.
Your diplomacy skills may have been very valuable about 5 minutes ago, Penny.
Does Penny have?
Hey, we did fantastic.
diplomacy?
Do I?
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't know
We
if
did
Penny
great.
has.
I remember me not having very high charisma.
Pretty high
Might have
normal
gone
bars.
better.
We did fantastic.
Yeah, we just told him the truth in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
What is Doug?
Doug is
So
everything.
Doug.
Doug's life.
Okay.
So as you have a look around, you can see some very large beams holding up in the ceiling, which appear to have various different chains and ropes tied off on them. There's a couple of damaged carts and what appears to be a pub built into the cliffside.
Oh, hell yeah!
Alright, well, until we get the druid down here, what What are you guys doing in the area then? Unless you're actually just... What's the word I'm trying to think of? What's the polite? Dumb
Go on, Karen.
tourists.
That's it, Karen. You got it out of your system. I see. We're here for hookers and blow, of course.
Yeah, you're not going to find that here.
Oh no.
You sure about that, Karen? You sure you don't have a price, Karen?
I am Dr. Grashk, and you can go fuck yourself if you don't get rid of that attitude.
Karen sounds so much better. You're cranky.
I was gonna ask what do these orcs look like? How are they appear?
The one in the blue cloak is quite tall, about 6'8", and is holding a 7-foot spear that he is currently kind of vaguely threatening you with.
Oof.
The
That's
one in the
alright.
red cloak is about 4 feet tall and is wearing some quite fancy armor.
Oh god, an orc manlet. No.
A manlet.
There are several others around the place working on various things.
Okay. Alright,
As they've come out to see what all the fuss is about.
yeah, I was gonna say we're probably like, oh god, this is like so ghetto. We've turned up in the ghetto and we're like the other people. This is ridiculous. Oh no. I guess we better be careful then. Not start a race war.
You're the one that called him a manlet.
Yeah, true enough. Also, I'm on like 3 hit points, so this will be fun.
Oh no.
Do you want to ask a healing now or something?
I don't know. I presume we're gonna have to rest up in here. So, Skog, sorry, was the guy
Can't
trying to ask
help
us
but
something?
notice that you are somewhat wounded. Would you be requiring assistance?
Oh, I mean, it would help, chap. Sure.
Alright. Ian, get out here, we need your skills.
Oh god. Oh shit.
Take-
No.
Go on, Karen.
What the fuck happened to you? Here, come this way. And he gestures you further down the canyon.
I'll
Taking you off
cautiously.
to a private corner to shaft you.
I'll bring my wolf with me. And I'll just turn to you guys and be like, you know, just be careful. I don't trust this.
Lol. You think we're gonna help you?
Oh yeah. Well, it's there if you want to help or not.
Don't die.
Come on.
Have fun. He
Right.
loves being fisted.
Oof. Oh no.
Alright,
Yes,
sit
he's
down
got bed and
there.
everything.
This is cringe. Oh god.
He's gonna
I'll-
probe you
I'll sit down like in Fallout New Vegas. Yes.
balls deep.
Alright. It's only my dice, sorry.
Clank.
Oh dear, someone's been having a bit of careless fun, haven't they?
Well, goblins can be quite nasty.
So,
You see.
let's see what we can do here. He does the somewhat traditional laying on of hands and heals
God.
you for maths. I'm currently failing to do 20 hit points.
Oh,
Hey.
that's actually really good. He just healed me to full 1 check. I'm guessing he just pulled out all the bolts and sealed up the wounds or something.
He's
Gunpowder and a
supposed to
lighter.
have done some kind of magical healing
Oh, okay. He magically sealed everything up.
based on, you know, he basically just does the lay on hands and then you are better type healing.
Alright. I'll
Oh, the
be like,
sexual kind.
Alright, you can off you go if you want, unless you want to sit in here for a bit and get used to not being full of holes.
There's a
Choice is
bed there.
yours.
oh god. I'll just be like, thanks, Doc. Say, what do you folks use for currency around here?
Yeah. Gold and copper like everyone else.
Okay.
Thank
I
fuck for
I
that.
will
I'll go
tip
write it in the socialist.
him. I will tip him 5 silver in exchange for the healing arts.
Alright.
I don't know if
I'll go
that's
some
reasonable.
way towards getting our next load of timber.
All right. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you around.
Timber. What are you using the timber for?
Polite. Well, you have found your way to our esteemed shipyard, where we construct various different nautical and what's the other word? Aeronautical craft. That's the ones. That being boats and flying boats. Bit more advanced than you dwarves' simple little log rafts, but I'm sure you'll get used to it in time.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep when you spoke. Can you say it again?
Oof. Trolled.
Boots
This
can't
is a
fly.
shipyard. We make boats here.
Oh, cool. Boats. Cool. Fantastic.
All right.
What should we do now?
I say we go to the bar and find out more about the land.
Do you have a bar?
I think
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're standing right in front of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't. It's not exactly that. I can't see it. Ah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
so
Actually, no. I'm going to sit over here. It's easier.
Are dogs allowed in this bar?
I mean, it's not touching the ground, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just if it makes a mess, tidy it up.
Alright, thanks.
Are geese allowed?
Geez.
No.
Same applies.
Okay.
Right. There isn't enough chairs, but whatever. I'll just chill here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oiga, camarero, dos pintos de cerveza.
What the fuck?
I'll walk up to the bar
So
then
only
and
wait
get
to
you guys
get
around
pints
of
of-
what they have.
Alright, what do you lads want?
What's the strongest thing you have, my good chap?
I mean, we got some elvish vodka.
Sounds lovely. For
Gold a
around
bottle,
for
though.
4.
Cost you.
How much would it cost?
A gold a bottle.
Ah,
Bottle
what?
go a long way, mine. But once you open it, you've got a, doesn't stick about much. There's no call to just open it and then let it go. I can get you some glasses, bring the bottle over in a minute if you fancy. I've got to go down to the cellar.
sure. Thank you, my good man. I'll pay him a gold piece.
Cool. He puts in what sounds like a box under the bar and then disappears down to the cellar.
Alright. But yeah, and I told him there's 4 of us, so 1 for Penny over here, and then us 3.
Can move the furniture if you want to.
Really?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
It would just make things less awkward, though.
I can't move the furniture if you're on top of it, though.
Lol.
There we go. Oh shit. Wait, there's a chair for the doggo too. Okay.
Comes
Right.
back to the table, puts down a bottle and a large collection of shot glasses.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're all rather exquisitely made. They're all different coloured glass, but all exactly the same size and proportion, wise.
Alright.
Goes back to lurking behind
Yep.
the bar.
Just thank him and be like, I'll pour 4 glasses out and slide them all to everyone and be like,
3 pennies too young to drink.
oh no,
Unless the 4th one's for Doug.
the
And
Doug
Chahong?
Chonk.
Oh no, Chonk instead. Chonk is older.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if we want
Goosey
drunk
is-
Chahonk.
Wait. Do you guys have milk?
Pigeon's milk, yes.
No, at the moment. Some might come in the morning though. If you're sticking around, we got rooms for the night as well. If you want it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I do love that. They just unironically, yeah, we do have milk. Why not?
Yeah.
And if you want to roll a listen check.
Is there anyone else in the
Jaha.
bar, by the way?
No, although it does seem that there is enough chairs for some more people than you have seen so far.
Well, to be fair, it's probably the morning and afternoon, so.
It's fairly early morning.
Oh. Maybe we shouldn't be drinking, but whatever.
Are we still into? Oh, sorry. Ignore that. Okay, don't actually.
Oh shit. I heard the door open.
Oh my god, you're pretty sure you can hear somebody loudly arguing about what constitutes barbarians outside.
They on about us.
Well, Grug is quite large, but I don't think that's why. Well, the Grug could be drunk based on that position. Is there a barbarian in our group?
Of course not.
We're
I don't
talking about
think so.
invaders.
Looks at the man whose picture is someone with a bloody hat who is tearing the eyes out of a rat in the expanded
they're talking
picture.
about Grug. Yeah, they're talking about Grug.
There is a short man holding an exceptionally large mace. And
There are a lot of
there are the
barbarians. I'm obviously a dwarf. They insulted me earlier. I mean, they're talking about Grug.
As I'm drinking the shot, I'll turn to my boys and be like, so this is a bit of a direct question, but just want to make this one sure. So there isn't going to be any tensions between you and the goblins. Well, the orcs, sorry. Is there? Any,
Not the race is just all lacking.
like, they haven't committed any atrocities, you haven't done anything to them, anything I should know about? Alright. I'll just continue drinking as they say nothing.
Oh yes, you notice
Rug smiles and
after
takes a sip.
a few sips that you are basically drinking mead. It's quite a strong mead.
Don't drink too much, guys.
Uh,
Especially you,
I'm
Penny.
not drinking anything.
Has a
Ooh.
pleasant honey taste to it.
Hope Chonk is enjoying his, though.
Pretty sure that would kill it.
Pissed goose flying is hilarious, I'm sure.
Give the goose mead.
Yes. Go out with a
I've
hot.
got an
So you
idea.
look around the bar. You can see the various windows are not in fact windows, but holes in the wall with very well polished mirrors that appear to be redirecting light in from outside.
You have an idea, you said.
Yeah, right. So if we're gonna stop here for a little bit, maybe before we move on with our journey, while they wait for this druid guy to come talk to us, why don't we, since they need lumber, do some honest labor and become lumberjacks, and they'll pay us? It's boring as fuck, but we could make some more money while we're here.
You're right. You're right. It is boring as fuck.
I'm a qualified blacksmith.
Ah, well there you go. You can make money doing that, maybe. If you're inclined to
Not bad
help
idea, to be honest.
orcs. And I just kind of emphasized that, but
They have coin.
yeah, fair enough. Good. Do you
So
want
it bothers me this asset isn't centering properly.
to, Penny, do you want to do anything in particular while we're in this town port thing, shipyard thing?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll go out into the woods and find more herbs and things, so I can actually do some alchemy, because I've not done any alchemy since this campaign began.
Where you do alchemy?
Yeah, I do amazing alchemy, but
didn't-
because I
I
had
didn't- I
ideas
didn't know
for
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what I
Could
can
help
make
find
because
stuff.
the rules are a bit funny. But...
Chong's gonna help find stuff.
Yeah,
His
there you go.
spot is-
Doubt.
Well, we could all just go out into the woods and see what's there while we're waiting around.
Can't wait to get ambushed.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what we do, to be honest.
Yeah.
We just get ambushed while trying to find something.
Yeah.
I can't get completely sidetracked.
Yeah.
We had a very different direction.
Mhm.
Wait,
go-
weren't we supposed to find things for the one dude?
Yeah, but I don't think we can leave yet. I don't think they'll let the boat pass the lock until we
Oh no,
speak to
people
this
are
druid
doing
guy. Yeah.
They're coming in for refreshments and milk.
Oh wait. They're all just.
Yeah.
it.
They're
Oh,
all
one
the
of them
men.
doesn't have a seat.
Ha! Fuck you, Karen.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, sh-
Penny, why did
Alright then. So. Alright, we're mindful of.
Oh no.
Penny, did you just sit on his lap?
No.
Absence lap.
No shit.
So we've been in discussions, I guess you could say, with the Antioch, and your story, although implausible, checks out.
Hey.
So we were expecting delivery by a rather different party, but so be it. The work's going to take a few weeks, maybe a bit longer. We've been quite fortunate with the weather of late, but we need to get the stuff from up the mountain. So, can you fellas and lady be trusted to take a wagon up the mountain and
Did you
bring
just
some
assume
stuff
Penny
down again? It
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Sure.
great. So,
When should we
next
start?
convoy should be arriving in the morning. So, if you guys want to have a look around, don't mess with anything too much. Lots of heavy stuff around, crushed fingers. Don't want anything like that.
Health and safety
And
lines.
spend the night. We'll get you some food and such, as long as you're helping out, and then you can be off in the morning.
Aye.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Cool. Sounds good.
Now,
Yeah.
do any of you have any relevantly helpful skills, perhaps? As this is a shipyard, more hands makes work go faster.
I'm a blacksmith.
Ah, excellent. I'm sure Dr. Grash will be quite happy to have an assistant in some of his labours.
Right.
He's the unhappy-looking fella in the blue cloak over there.
I'm a little skilled in herbalism and alchemy of sorts. I don't know if that would be any
You
use.
might be able to help out Ian then, as he's got a lot going on. With of late, some of the lumberjacks are getting rather careless up in the mountains.
Alright,
Keeps having to mix up new potions of reattach the arm.
cool. That sounds
Surprisingly
My
helpful
goose
and
is
stuff.
pretty good.
So, if any of you got any experience with cart writing, then I'm sure Mr. Glodson over there will be quite happy to give you a hand, or rather accept a hand fixing up those 2 carts we've got. As more carts means less trips. I just might need some help in the traces, as the bullock is getting rather tired these days. Right, anything you want to help out with, just let us know. We'll try and find stuff for you to do. Otherwise, make yourselves at home, I guess. We can show you the room upstairs. I'm sure Dave over there at the bar can help you out. And, yeah. So I'm Frank, if I forgot to mention that earlier. And outside on the watchtower, you've already met Elm. So I think that's everyone introduced. Oh, and Titus, of course. He's our leader here. He's giant among shipwrights, unfortunately not amongst anyone else. Right then, I'll leave you guys to your drinks, and let us know if there's anything you want to help out.
Aye.
Okay.
Grug shall walk up to the doctor, very plainly say, "Do you need smithing?" Just vacantly stare at him.
Oh, eyes get wider, thumb comes up, big smile with blood.
I'm not the doctor you want. Him in the blue. He goes back
He's
to
a
his
bit
drink.
colorblind.
Oi, do you want smithing?
It sounds like, do you want pumped? Just,
I think that's not blue. Oh,
All right.
okay,
What can you do then? You make nails.
Smithing.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good with metallurgy.
All right. What kind of metals can you work with?
oh, make him break them.
All kinds.
All kinds, eh?
Yeah.
What, like daisy steel? Yeah. Make daisy steel.
Is that the stuff that holds the Brighton Pier up?
He just shrugs. Probably.
Right. What about cinnamon copper?
Yeah.
All kinds of metals doesn't seem to go very far, does it there, my little dwarf?
You give me something to work, I'll work it.
Alright, tell you what. He finishes his drink. Follow me.
Oh god.
One man
Set
down.
some little steps up to get across Antioch more easily, as it takes up a large amount of the area.
Wait, is Grug a dwarf?
Yes.
Yes.
I always thought he was a fucking giant based on the shit he was doing.
No,
No.
no.
I thought he got to all the enemies and just fucking stomp on them and turn them into,
Well, Frank.
into mush.
Right, you can either work under me and Frank, or you can work under Mr. Glodson, depending on whether you want to be making stuff or applying it.
I'll make it.
This is a forge. I'm sure you've probably seen one before. And if you want to demonstrate your skills, then he hands you a piece of bar and goes, "Make us a couple of nails out of this."
Alright. I guess I'll have to roll profession blacksmith then.
Yep.
What should be like mine?
Oh my god. Mastercrafted
You-
nails.
Rather quickly and expertly managed to make 4 nails out of the bar stock. At which point the orc looks down at you respectfully and goes, "Alright. Not often we see dwarvish craftsmen this side of the mountains. What else can you make?"
Whatever is made out of metal.
Alright,
Make
how's about a job for you that I don't fancy doing myself? Any gestures to a large bag in the corner, which looks, heavy based on how it's positioned. Yeah, you could turn that load of scrap into some rods.
Oh yeah.
Turn it to pulp if you want. He's really good at that.
If you have a look in the bag, it appears to be filled with silver.
Ooh.
Also, as you look around, you can see what appears to be an absolutely enormous tent's worth of cloth bagged up under the stairs.
Hmm.
Must be Harry Potter's cool.
Without much hesitation, he shall get to work. Despite kind of being surprised by there being that much fucking silver.
Yeah, it's about 100 weight or so. 50 kilos all in.
Oh.
I think that's what
So,
100 weight is. No, 100
professional
weight's not.
blacksmith again?
I'm just going to check because I'm going to forget now. 100 weight.
I think it's measured in pounds, so it would
Yeah,
be...
but 100 weight, as far as I'm aware, is not actually. It's
Oh,
100
right, it's a...
pounds.
How
Hmm.
much?
Ah, yes.
D&D's
Awkward
American.
conversions.
so-
Why is 100 weight 112 pounds? Okay, so it's near as 60
Jesus.
kilos, but
It's a bit more than 5.
So he gestures to you towards some molds and tools and whatever. He looks to be interested in rods that are about an inch diameter and about a foot long.
Right.
And he
is
seems
13
very, very
insufficient?
keen to keep himself on the other side of the anvil to you in the metal.
Yeah, we're the same when he hits things.
Yeah, so once you got that lot done, come find us, and we'll make sure you get some nice meals tonight for that. As that's a very valuable job that we'd rather not be doing. And they
Right.
disappear off outside. So that can take you the rest of the day if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Now, with there being that much silver,
Hmm.
would I reckon that if a small quantity were to go missing, would be noticed?
I mean, you could find out, I guess.
Just siphon off 10% of that silver.
Imagine Brugnock, Keister stashing a fucking silver rod. Just don't sit down or cough, okay?
Anyway,
Grug is a man of honor.
Okay.
You know, Keister stash it. You just walk outside and carry it and go, I'm keeping this.
Right. Got a 13 on a profession blacksmith check to make a rod.
cool. That is more than adequate. If say it'll take you a while to get through all of it, but once you are done, it should be an interesting progression, if nothing else. Who would like to try and contribute next, or would nobody like to contribute? Nobody is an option.
Alright, I'll go see if there your boy... Was it the doc that wanted potions?
I mean,
Okay,
you could ask.
I'll just hop in conspiratorial and be like, one of your boys needed some potions making, I hear.
What's going on in your server, Han? I keep getting notifications from it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's strange.
I mean, do you want to go out with our with the druid? I'm sure you can do some herbology or whatever you want to call it, and I'm sure that'll help with his nailing arms back on potions. I gather it's a mixture of green and red herbs, but I'll leave that to him. He's the one in the green cloak.
Righto, cheers.
We don't all look the same.
Aye. So is this guy then?
Yes.
I'll be like, righto, chap. I hear you needed some putting arms back on potions.
Yeah, it's a colloquial term, which means you know, what we call it round here, not necessarily its proper name. So, if you go out into the woods, just riffles through one of his pockets and finds a little coloured-in scrap of parchment and goes, "Find ones that look like this." And he flicks through a few and goes, "Our ones look like this, right? Remember what those look like?
Aye.
So you can find me as many of those as you like. Just don't take more than half from any batch of them, because otherwise you won't have any left next time."
Yep. Renewable source. Got it.
Alright, if you can get me some of those, then we'll set you up with some supplies extra for your journey.
Righto. Diddly diddloo. I will set off into the wilderness. Ooh.
There's stairs up the tower to get out onto the top.
By the way, Skog,
Yeah.
Grug shall work the metal, or at least partially work it, using his great hammer.
Nice. Cool.
I'm sure that won't backfire.
I'm sure it'll just be fine.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'll take my wolf with me.
So- Yep, so you're going to go off into woods for a bit.
Yep.
So if you want to just put yourself somewhere off in the dark, I can bring you back when you need it.
Yep.
Anyone else want to try and do anything in the remainder of this current day?
Is there a woodland nearby? Like, go start cutting trees down, perhaps, for lumber?
All around. However, it's specific wood that they are looking for.
Okay, so perhaps I should find out what the specific wood is.
Yeah.
So-
If you want to talk to Mr. Glodson, I'm sure he can
All
help
right.
you out. No.
Which one is he?
All right.
Okay, which one's not Karen and the one that can tell me about the wood?
So, for making what we're looking for, we're going to need quite a lot of a very specific tree that doesn't grow in this part of the forest. It grows up near the top of the mountain, though, and I'm sure, if our reports are true, that there should be a consignment of it coming down quite soon. However, there's been some delays because of the wagons breaking down. So, what we're going to need for that is a bit of elm. So if you can go get some elm, we can try and get those wagons repaired a bit faster. As one wagon will do when we've got one set of wagoners. But if there's more of you going, we might as well send a couple more wagons with you, get a bit more
Where's
done
the
in one
nearest
go, sort of
source
thing.
elm? Where's the nearest source of elm? Is that everywhere, or is that specific?
Right, if you head up, go up the west tower, go out the gate, about 100 yards ahead of you, there should be a nice stand of elm. Further on the right, it's got a mark on it. It'll show you where to cut.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to go west, yeah?
Ah,
Cool. Plod. 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 Hang on, do I go through that gate, or am I going up and over?
up to you. I'd say up and over.
Okay. We into the darkness.
Cool.
Would there be anything for me to do?
Children should be
Well.
seen and not heard.
What can you do, young dwarf?
I can be a scout, I suppose.
Don't
Look out
have
for
much
things
goal
or
for
find.
scouting, but if you want to go and join Elm up on the tower, you can probably join lookout duty if nothing else.
Sure.
Alright.
Bring Chahonk,
Yes.
because he would be
Thank
the
you.
best scout.
Bye-bye.
Probably should have spent longer trying to find assets, but I started this last night and then forgot to get new ones until I had like 20 minutes left and was like, yeah, these'll do. Alright. What are you doing up here then?
I was told I can help out with scouting duties.
Alright, well, my job is to watch the valley in case those goblins decide to make a break for it and try and break into the shipyard again.
I can help.
Alright. That goose of yours any good for stuff?
He's also very good at spotting things and listening for odd sounds.
That's good. That's useful.
Maybe he can see something right now. Let's see.
You can see some... Pretty sure you can see some wolves about a mile away.
Okay. Now, is that good or bad?
Dunno.
My goose sees a few wolves a mile away.
Ah, well, there shouldn't be any problem for now. Didn't stick away from these parts. They've, the wolves find that after a while, rather difficult to be a wolf without your skin and skeleton attached. So, they don't generally bother us too much. Make nice warm cloaks as well.
Sounds lovely.
How'd you get on in the bar with the old folks? They're quite set in their ways. Do you
Yeah,
believe it were them that
seems
the
so.
entire Orc war machine used to run on before they retired to shipbuilding?
Huh.
Uh,
How old is
well,
this
not.
place here?
Oh, this place. Ooh, well, since we took over, it's about 15 years, but they've been building weird things here for about 200 years by some of the accounts we found in the basement of the bar. So there's a bigger cave further on, but you can't get out of it. So
Huh.
it's only really good for storage, drying out timber and such.
Well, as long as it's useful.
Oh, aye. There's probably some dwarven workings back there, but we don't have the patience to be looking for any of their signs. Dwarves,
Yeah.
might be skilled craftsmen, but they're also miserable bastards.
I have
For
to
the most part.
agree.
I mean, then again, half of us orcs seem to be miserable bastards here these days. None of the young folk want to come and build airships anymore. They just want to go out and sail in them. We often have adventures, not thinking about who has to build the things in the first place, maintain them, patch them up when they come in wrecked. Honestly, the amount of them that don't even go without a lightning spike. You think an airship can just fly through a storm? Having a laugh.
That doesn't sound that good. If it just goes
That's
through.
fine. Although, and you can see his ears twitching a bit. There'll be a storm coming in tonight. Yeah, it's the old elvish senses kicking in. They have a habit of they're useful, but not the best things to have.
I mean, it's good
For,
to know in case of an emergency.
Oh, that I'm an elf, or that I know about the weather?
The weather.
Oh, okay. Right, so a lot of them southern folk don't like elves, and it don't pay to advertise, but it's a bit hard to hide these things, and he taps his very pointy ears on his head. So, oh well. Can't be helped if some elvish barbarian comes down and despoils my dear mother.
Mm.
Either
Yeah,
way,
also quite something.
it's given me a few useful skills, but in the end of the day, if I see the bastard, I'm going to cut his head off.
Sounds good.
So, there's a storm coming, and I've just seen all your friends toddle off into the woods, so if they're still out in about an hour or two, maybe send your goose out to come and herd them back in. And
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind.
maybe after a while, the others fellas will have calmed down a bit with their old racial prejudices. Don't get many folk but ne'er-do-wells in these parts unless they work for us.
Fucking, that's a current event, isn't it?
But
If you would like to return to the bar and have it be later. Unless you want to do anything first, Han? As your skill at rolling dice is much better than mine, apparently.
Seems so. Beyond intention, like using the great hammer to just form things into shape, roughly, or position. I don't do anything in particular.
Alright. So after a bit of time, Mr. Glodson wanders over after Dr. Grash has been watching you for a while and seen how you're working. At which point they scoop up various bits from about the workshop and then ask if you can bring out these big, heavy silver rods to the Antioch.
Right.
And you also grab a collection of tools and the hammer and nails you made earlier. So, taking this mishmash of bits and pieces, they invite you to come and stand up on the deck and help them out with it.
You shall oblige.
Right then. So, what we're going to ask you to do is, if you can take them silver rods and using these big strips of copper, nail them all carefully around the mast. About a foot up from the deck would be ideal. If you put the first copper strap on first, that'll give you something to rest the others on while you're tying them all down.
And what's the weather like at this moment in time, Skog?
You're indoors and it's quite
Alright.
peaceful. You can still hear the gentle hiss of a waterfall somewhere off to your north.
Alright.
Which in this orientation is east, but we're going to gloss over that.
Yeah. So
Side to side works better on monitors than uppy down.
would this just count as a professional blacksmith check? Or...
Yes, this is professional blacksmith. And you have the assistance of 2 skilled craftsmen. With their guidance, you manage to secure these silver rods all around the mast using the copper straps and some rather large iron nails. And you can feel a strange warmth radiating from them already. A warmth that would you like to tell the others about, or not mention this?
Reg will think of it as just a weird quirk, not really mention it.
Understandable. Right then, that should do for now. Say the convoy should be in the morning. We can get the wagons all fixed up, and then off we can go. So I think time for dinner. Let's see if your companions come back anytime soon. They'll wander off to the bar.
To the ship, here we go.
Yeah, sausage roll.
You guys would like to roll me a d20 each, or a couple if you prefer, and I can let you know how your woodland quest adventure has gone. Right, Stu, you've found a fairly big bag of flowers,
Aye.
and Omegon, you've managed to cut down a tree. However, the lopping it into smaller pieces and bringing it home is a bit beyond your current capacities, what with the wind getting up quite sharply.
F.
Yeah, don't get too much company around here. We'd probably have dug out some more chairs.
Bro.
There's them leaning up on tables, as they're being polite and giving their guests the chairs.
Alright.
Very nice. Even though Chahong doesn't need a chair, so if he needs one.
And just remember that you guys don't have your things visible, so there you go. Right then. So hopefully the storm won't take too long to pass, and then you can be off in the morning, and we can get on with repairing this vast boat for everybody. So yes, if that's all, I say eat up, and then you got rooms upstairs. I'm sure Frank can show you the way, or Dave if he fancies it. You know, get all sorts working here, don't we? Yeah, yeah.
Bro.
All right, well, I'll see you guys in the morning then, and
I do.
wanders off upstairs to one of the other rooms. It seems as you go upstairs later, you notice that the rooms lead off quite some distance into the cliffside. It's been quite thoroughly hollowed out. yeah, if you have any final points, I will have to leave it there, I'm afraid, because I had 20 minutes of prep time.
Right. Well done, guys. We sped run the
We
town.
sped-run the episode.
Yes.
Woo!
Righty ho.
Good
I
fun.
mean, I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest, not gonna lie.
That's fun. We
Yeah.
Since you have met up with the doctors and engineers of the Glodson shipbuilding company.
yes, and our expectations are subverted by orcs that are educated somewhat. So yeah, that's the main
See,
takeaway from
this
this.
is what racism does for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
hope everyone has a nice day, and I'll try and get some more ready for next week, but I have felt lousy all day, so low
Alright.
energy gang. Gang.
Aye.
Bye!
Bye for now, folks.
See you.
Bye-bye.